with Link, then we had Yampy, and now it's Soulcast having to go.
I guess it depends on like what they want to do, because Soulcast has been on the entry role for the most part. Now is going to be like, did play some Silver, sure, but how aggressive is he going to be in this position? Both the Fish123 UK guys playing the controllers, they're attacking first. Who's going to be going up against FPX? Team Liquid are going on the aggression.
Love this quick play here from Team Liquid, charging their way in. Hoodie, good for one. Nevera cleans him out, but Mixwell at the ready. The shorty's good, and Evolver from up above. His vantage point is good enough, but they just light up for Nevera. 2 down, knocked out of the round, and no, the Boombot, it's hunting him down. Nevera luckily doesn't take too much damage, stays up on his feet, but now he's got to figure out where Nukia is, and well, he finds out the hard way. Bullet between the eyes, a tree grown, and now a pistol round for G2.
Absolute crazy pistol round to begin with. Like, Liquid are probably going to be playing at that place quite frequently. Just watching all of this utility go down, and Mixwell, of all things, just playing in the smoke with a shorty.
Yeah. This was lovely from Nevera. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting talking point, is how Team Liquid are going to be able to deal with those G2 rotations. So over on Icebox, Ryan, it didn't look like they were making G2 bite a lot on the rotates. On Haven, that's almost essential.
No. This kind of play is... We've seen a lot of it recently, even without the Neon, the same set plays that are coming in, but this time it's from Liquid.
Good.
I like this from Nukia. He's not afraid to go in for these fights and know that Scream is playing in just a little bit behind, making these better guns sing. Soulcast could find a lurk, but look at his TP instantly from the chamber.
Finally, Soulcast will get his kill onto Mixwell. Unfortunately for him, Meadow was right behind him. Spectre quick to rattle a couple of bullets to the chest, and G2 keeping it relatively clean. They've just lost one player, and that's how it will stay. Nevera gets wrapped up, and we have 2-0 for G2. Good start, because now we look to their bonus round, and will be 4 Spectres in play. And for Team Liquid, here comes the bye.
Also, another thing to mention is that Meadow is still on that breach. Like, he's not only changing up his agents, but it's almost his role that's completely different at this point.
This map, he used to be a little static here as well. He would either play, C and just not move with the Cypher, or play on A solo. So there was a couple, at the start of his career, I think it was like a one-trick pony, just the Cypher player. But yeah, it's great to see his evolution.
Again, they're smoking off and trying to flash through it. Hoodie wants to play in close. The flashes aren't going to quite connect onto him, and he has to reload. 16 HP. TL just not stopping with this aggression. And Mixwell playing close again with a shorty.
Yeah, in this kind of bonus, obviously you want to try and win the round, G2, especially from this position. But as much damage as you can do is a big problem for this Team Liquid side. This is their investment. This is G2's bonus. Soulcast luckily able to hit the headshot, turns back, gets the read in the flank of Over. Goes down quite quickly after, and now Scream gets flashed, he gets caught, luckily able to drop back to safety. But Meadow and Mixwell still in the 2v3, Flash is going around. This time is ticking for G2 if they want to win this round. They've got to get onto the spike shortly, and unfortunately for them that won't be happening. Scream and Nevera close it for the first, and G2's bonus reaps 2 kills, but that's about it. Team Liquid at least have 1 on the board.
And really it feels like some of the nuance and strategy has gone out the window a little bit for Team Liquid here. It's just all-out force coming in from C-Long, just smoking the entranceway onto the site, flashing through it. Really sort of forcing players like Hoodie to just play to their pace and to play very forward-facing. Now Liquid looking to change it up a little bit more. Flashes are going to go over the top here onto Long. It's going to catch onto Nukia if that's the case. The stun makes it awkward. The stun still connects onto the Omen, but he's managed to teleport in close.
Oh, brilliant kill. Avove able to drop back. Below some Team Liquid looking to put a bit of pressure onto him. In fact, Scream is hunting him down entirely.
That is one way?
TPR. Looks on down and Scream. Able to get the kill. Does he still expected to be up there? Oh, he's just stayed. He's just stayed in that position, and Scream did not read that. He actually goes down. And G2 looking good here. Seeker's being sent out just to claim position of Nevera. And Team Liquid, where do they go with this one?
With this tour de force, these one-ways are going to be fairly annoying out of Evolver, but he's used both of them in fairly quick succession. 10 seconds before he has another smoke ready. They're just not peeking out for the most part.
They're trying to get info from that flash. Oh no. Flash down into short. Nefer has to use the rendezvous to get out of dodge. Hoodie's got another flash here. He's got a Trailblazer as well. He's about to send on him.
30 seconds
Glean
left.
some info. We'll confirm that Link is still here. Problem is here for Team Liquid, where do you go? You can't get out of these choke points. You're just held down, and even if you go and start fighting, you will be in a disadvantageous position. You'll still have to fight 3 players inside of this site. It's almost a triangle of death right now for G2 on this site. Team Liquid will try, but they can't take the first, and so almost a death sentence not finding that first kill. Nevera able to claim back 2, but just 3 players. A little too rough to handle. Avova will get the kill, and another round for G2 picked up. A little bit of style points the way out there for Nevera at least.
Keeps G2 maybe a bit more stressed that some of these fights aren't being won as cleanly, that one by one they're being picked up and not traded well enough.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're Avova, your heartbeat does sort of skip slightly.
Here.
Maybe, just maybe, there's a world in which he wins that round.
So the only like successes we've seen really for Liquid are just these fast C hits.
Yeah.
And even then it's just the one.
Yeah, it was the pistol, right? Where you've seen just the quick run up.
This is good conditioning though. Soulcast teleporting away from the fight, but it still means that Nukier has to watch that corner to see if the Omen's snuck through sewers. He can't rotate away from this A site now because of just the utility. And Soulcast used it in the opposite direction to get away from that A lobby position. But Nukier doesn't know that.
Hoodie's actually just cleared out C-Long as well with his Trailblazer, so that's going to allow Avova to get a bit more aggressive. In fact, he's going to take that control, and that limits what Team Liquid can do. It also gives G2 a lot of information as to where they need to stack up. This is starting to become a little suffocating for Team Liquid. They're being funneled into this A site.
With all of these smokes and utility, like the paranoia needs to connect. These smokes are going to come out together. The flash is going to go into the corner. Yampi's in on the site.
Yampi is going to try and fight out against Meadow, but Meadow will best him from the back of the site. Meadow still sticking around. Soulcast overwhelms him. Comes around the side of him, blindsides Meadow.
30 seconds left.
And now Team Liquid have a bit of space to play with. G2 gonna have to deal here with the Seekers that are being sent out against them. Hoodie's waiting for the time to pop that flash for the window, but even then, how do they get back into this site? So, looking good here for Team Liquid to close it out. Looks like it's trying to back away here, G2.
Right decision to make, really. You sort of felt that they had a lot of control when it came up towards the A site. Even with Meadow getting that initial kill onto Yampi executing through.
Felt like he needed more.
It's just yeah, it's like an abundance of utility, especially with the smokes. All 5 of them coming out on the executing one way or another. Even the Molotov was still available for Link if he wanted to play post-plant. There's just so much going. Nevera having 6 bullets still left in his Headhunter. The end of a round like that, you still have that kind of util to work with. It's a Liquid always have an option. And really, I think one of the things, like Lothar mentioned, no Sova on either side. You're playing this quickly. It's hard to find effect, I suppose, with the Sova, right? The Owl drones trying to clear out positioning is going to make it really difficult for G2 on this defense, especially if Soulcast keeps planting this seed that he's snuck in over to sewers or in the corner where he TPs to. Now it's going to be Mixwell playing in sewers, not with an operator, just a phantom, just to check if anybody's gone through. But he can't really get any more aggressive than this. Just holding this angle, can teleport out onto site if he needs to. Liquid are going elsewhere. And the tempo has completely changed from the first couple rounds.
Here.
Vera tapping towards Meadow.
Here.
Yampi clearing out the other side. Cloudburst up, gives a bit of a one-way here. Ooh, just needs to get away from those, and Hoodie, oh, he's made the play through. Luckily, Yampi goes back to check that, and he has the tailwind available, so he gets out of dodge. Now it's a quick play. It's an acceleration here from Team Liquid, trying to get out towards Long. Looking to put some pressure onto Avova. He'll peek out from the back platform as 44 seconds currently stand. Hoodie caught in the corner. Yampy takes him down. Nuke able to trade it out. And look at that. Showstopper just in the air right now. Caught, but still able to recover as it goes back down on towards Nevera. The Rolling Thunder makes things a little difficult, but for Team Liquid, unfortunately, hasn't given them the sight. They're still in a really tough spot right now with 20 seconds left.
No smokes either, so they have to just take these duels. The crossfire is way too good from G2. They know that Liquid's going to ramp up. That the smokes, the paranoia connects nicely onto Hoodie. But the two ults of the Rolling Thunder, the Showstopper, just completely stall out Liquid, where they lose any momentum that they generated. G2, like, again, it's the fact that, like, they looked maybe a little bit lost when it came to playing up against double controller on Split. But they have a good read on this. You sort of expect Liquid's composition to come online on their defense, much like it did on that first map of Split. But right now, it's just brute force Liquid are trying to run with. Explosions of utility, the nice little set plays to get in on sight. But G2's just so good at breaking the timings and making it very difficult for Liquid to take any space fast.
Slowing it down a little bit, finally a sign given of Team Liquid's intention, which is to play towards this B side. Flash is going through, Nevera already forward, and Nevera able to chop down one. Oh, this defense won't hold water against Team Liquid. The flood comes in, takes the B site of Over, and Mixwell removed from any impactful positions. Team Liquid looking good for 3. A safe call already being made here for G2.
Vova's managed to sneak by.
Yeah,
not be picked up by. Yeah, both of them have managed to sneak by these trademarks to pinch behind. They have no idea.
That gives an opportunity now. If they get a pick here very quickly, it is on. G2 see one up. That's Soulcast down. They don't expect the second player there. And with Blink confirming that kill, now puts Mixwell into a difficult spot. He goes back up for the re-peek, and this time it's Link with a bullet between his eyes. Good round from Liquid. It's closely contested, just like Icebox is going back and forth. And with that's anything to go by, it goes back and forth right up until the very end. And then some, in bonus.
Considering how both these teams have been on the defensive side, G2 need to rack up as many rounds as possible because you know that Liquid is going to come alive then.
Yeah. This is...
Right now, it's just such a big ask for Liquid across the day with all of the different ages that they're playing. Now, yet again, they're going towards the A site. They do have an orbital strike available. Where they're going to place it, what they're going to do, and does it even matter if Nokia is going to find that kill and the paint shell to break any trades coming from Liquid? Stalled out.
Yeah, where did they go with this one, Team Liquid? I'm going to try and fight out towards line. Nevera too far off grabbing that. That would have been a big kill. That would have drawn it back into the 4v4. Nukia barely walking at this point. He can get rezzed up, or healed up rather. Meadow removes the head of Soulcast, and this is becoming very worrying for Team Liquid. You have already lost 2 players at the beginning of this round. Nevera damaged up. You haven't really got too much control of the map. You can only really go into this B side, and even getting towards that side is going to be difficult as Hoodie looks to reclaim control. Sends the flash out, takes down Link. He separated the forces. They're completely severed off, and that smoke will stop them from getting into the site.
Smoking the trademark as well. It slowed the area, so if you peek this, you have to be very careful and very dedicated.
Oh, Nevera tries, but Meadow again. He has had a lot of multi-kills in this series. Another 3K added to his tally. And it's now 5-3 for G2. It's hard to say that they don't look...
Takes place in the stead of an Astra meta. And Shox has been talking about Game of Thrones all day. It's similar on the Agents front. The age of Astra is dead. Who's there to take the place?
It's like a new season, right? It's like, who is going to sit on the throne at the end of it all? Well, the throne sits in Reykjavik, which is exactly where all of these guys want to head. Winning this matchup would put you closer to that. Put you within 1 match away. The winner of this goes on to play FPX. And that feels like a very winnable matchup for both of these teams.
Change of utility for G2. They've put a trademark at the top of A long. And the Soulcast has been conditioned in that spot. It means that Mixwell can play up in sewers where he is and make sure that A-Long's not going to get pushed. But Team Liquid, with this lower buy, going again for a BXX.
Well, good stuff, really, from Nuki on the initial hold. 2 kills and Hootie able to double up yet again. It's that multi-kill potential we've seen from him just time and time again. He's just looked so good, but no 3K this time. Oh, Link, here we go. The Judge into the Phantom, as now he has the C site up for grabs. It's all onto Mixwell to stop this clutch. Link is low on HP, significantly damaged. He has got that orbital strike available. Smoke, an incendiary. He has everything to play with as Link goes into the peak. Position now known. He doesn't go down. Mixwell gives away his spot. And now Stimmy for the Brimmy as Link plays behind the site, trying to figure out and dance with Mixwell. On the other side of these boxes lies the victim. Mixwell goes back into connector, looking to draw Link into it, but Link plays it to perfection and wins a crucial round for Team Liquid.
Lovely 1v3, and Liquid constantly have had to rely on Link to find those moments. That could be a real pivotal one. And it is gun game. Sheriff into Judge into Phantom. And just the way he's playing this, he puts the stim beacon close to the box on backside and then plays out just to have the better angle. Mixwell may be expecting Link to be playing close in on the box where the stimmy was put, but once he has that buff from it, he doesn't need to worry about it. Now was a thrifty as well for Liquid, and a thrifty now on the side of G2. They don't have much money to work with. And 2 players now having to look towards A just because this jet snuck through, and the conditioning that Liquid have been able to do over towards A. Just haven't done much with it once they've got to this point.
Nevera. Ooh. Close to the shot up on top of the site of Over swings, and Nevera unable to take that chance. Decides not to dance with death and drops back into a more comfortable position to get healed up. He's now back to fighting fitness.
G2 could pinch behind. I mean, there's 2 trademarks to clear if you want to get right in behind, but this is a lot of information for G2 to work with. Liquid just want to be executing fast, throwing in the orbital strike. Forces the Omen to TP out. Paranoia's going to connect onto a few players, and Rolling Thunder even dedicated on the defense.
He's coming with 1. Meadow finds the follow-up. G2 on these lower weapons are doing a lot of damage, and now they've held back Team Liquid. Meadow looks to hunt them down with a breach. How much impact can this guy find? He's just so good right now.
30 seconds left.
Scream tries to move up, gets caught with a flash. They know they have to fight their way through, and somehow, some way, Scream has found that kill onto Meadow. Hootie trades him out. Nevera back in, and these pistols, well, they are coming down close, but it's all down to Nukia as his teammates have hit the deck. Nevera was scoped in upon his position, but now the chance for Nukia arises yet again. The first headshot's his. Bass Black out to the left side, and Soulcast stops the nightmare from becoming reality. It is 5-5. Liquid able to tie it up. Oh my god, G2 never make these rounds easy.
Not a bad eco, but you look at the cost of the Seekers coming in, the Rolling Thunder, big ultimates expended from G2 on a round that they weren't really likely to win up until those pistols started to find success. And Liquid just cannot keep it clean. Trying to go in for that C execute initially, spotting out Soulcast, want to execute fast. Knowing that G2 have tried to like scale in behind, but still, it's just they're finding so much utility to slowing them down. They'll be glad once this attacking side's done, and if they can end it with 6 or 7 rounds, the perfect position to be in.
Heaven is the play for Soulcast, and nearly his resting place is Mixwell hunted him down, but Soulcast able to hop out the window. Link now moving up as well. Look how quick you move now with this room, it's ridiculous. Then towards the site. Plant comes through, locked in.
Spike planted.
Team Liquid now with the site. Not only that, but the player advantage as well. G2 thinking about the save call, and it has been made to drop back. So they will concede the lead, and Team Liquid now head up to 6 on this attacking side. I mentioned at the start, Ryan, I think you agreed with me, the fact that G2 looked like the better team. Now Team Liquid, some way or another, some of the rounds have been scrappy, yes, but they've worked their way into the favored position.
Clawed it back, yeah. Even losing the pistol, right? G2 were able to pick that up. But look at the economy for G2. It's not a lot of money. Saving's the right call if they can keep these guns going into the last round of the half. The concern is the ultimate's right. I'm not sure where Nukier is when it comes to his showstopper. I imagine he's going to have it soon. But even now, Soulcast still has his paranoia. Yampy has all of his utility good to go, including his smokes. Link's the only one that used all of his stuff, the Molotov towards the high ground. And Soulcast, they're straightforward from the shadows. We've seen it for eons now, just teleporting into the high ground of A. But just getting that space and then jumping back down and seeing that the A site is completely clear. Even if he goes down, it's good information for Link to use. Just smokes it off himself with the brimstone. But there's a lot of merit to the double controller. I wonder what the plan is going to be for G2 now. Showstopper available from the shadows themselves.
Blocking sight.
We're going to scale up on A and maybe try and push out with the showstopper at this point. No, it's just Mixwell full sending it to get that trademark down. Resetting, teleporting away, playing towards B, which is where Team Liquid have liked to go.
Flash out.
Navarro's looking for an overextension in the garage window.
It's not been any from G2.
Yeah, that's been very disciplined from them. They do not want to give this opening away to Team Liquid and are forcing Team Liquid to make the first play. And they will. Flash goes in, Scream will take garage, and oh, here comes the showstopper. Scream no longer wants to be in garage. He's got out of there. Drops back down into mid. And look at how Team Liquid are currently posturing. They're putting some pressure towards garage and up towards the B site now, but that spike is still outside of C. Oh, that was a missed chance there for Hoodie.
Blinded.
Going in for another C execute. Scream isn't too far away from having the Seekers, and the orb is still available, so that seems to be the play. Execute going to come in, Avova with the paranoia, has to teleport out before the molly gets there.
Yep.
Scream still doesn't have his ultimate. Now he does.
Oh, Hoodie's found Soulcast. That gives the advantage here to G2. It's now followed up. And oh, just an absolute massacre. Flawless round suddenly from G2. They sat back passive this entire time, Ryan, and that's how they closed their first half.
Always a fan of Dioman playing the backside on C, teleporting out and then just moving straight back in with the help of that smoke. Yep. Avova just having a lineup and kind of shows a lot. Like Liquid doing well in the early to mid round, forcing out the utility, forcing out the ultimate, the showstopper. But they just meet a brick wall here. Even without Astra, it seems that just these anti-plant holds too good. And maybe a bit too obvious from Liquid. Getting up the Seekers, trying to execute fast, time is low. Liquid, this double controller composition found a lot of success on the defensive split. And this is kind of what you expect. The Omen towards A, Brimstone towards B and C. Full map control with all of the smokes and an abundance of them.
Well, Navarra, good opening. Yampy gets the lineup of two, Meadow and Avova, the victim to the frenzy. And now Nuka and Mixwell into the 2 versus 4. This is suddenly very difficult for G2. They just lost all of their forces in a quick flash. They now need to remove Soulcast. With a slither of an angle, he has spotted the essential information.
Has his flash?
He does. Just holding it for the time being. Doesn't want to use it yet, and now it goes out. Oh, this has put Nuka in a very tough spot. Right into the shorty he will go. Mixwell left in the 1v4 clutch. What do you make of this new knife, Ryan?
Yeah, I quite like it.
It's pretty cool. The coolest thing about it is it turns someone into a tree. Now we'll see if Mixwell's able to do that here. No. Scream puts him in the ground.
No animation for Scream. He's even got the ghost. Upgrade your skins. Come on. I think it's because they're on the client, right? They have all of the skins unlocked for the most part, but probably have to unlock them each time. This is just a nice little set play, right? Navira holding close, can teleport out with a shorty. Yampy just playing from a different cross angle. It's cute from Liquid, and it worked tremendously. G2 were broken apart a little bit, but you're looking at like the big picture of what the Omen and the Brimstone can do together. And also, how Liquid are planning to play for A. The flash is probably going to come in all the way through sewers. Allows the chamber to get onto an aggressive angle. And Yampy's just fine on his own with a Marshall, just killing 2 on his own. It's just natural.
Last player standing.
Just Meadow. And yeah, he's been good. But Yampy will most likely remove him. Actually gets caught in the fault line. Yampy under a lot of pressure somehow. He gets away with it, and now Meadow has to look behind him because pressure's coming in from Link. That's what we call the Brimmy Stimmy peak right there, Ryan.
That was pure speed coming in from Link there.
How can you even react to that? That's just ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure it blurred on the screen as well for added effect.
Yeah, you got motion blur.
Flash too. I think that's a team flash from Hoodie onto Mixwell. That's why Yampy's playing so close to the wall as well, just playing anti-flash. As soon as that utility comes out, you can peek straight afterwards, not really be affected. But similar set play. Now you've got Nevera with the Marshall going to be checking up on A long as a flash comes through from the sky. And even a Paranoia dedicated too. A lot of players hit, info gathered, even throughout both the flashes.
Okay, Nevera, good job. I'll take the first out of play. That's Nuka. Like it delivers so much impact. It was a real thorn in the side of Team Liquid over on Icebox. You remember how they closed that one out. Him down. Gives Team Liquid a great chance here to win this bonus. You see how quick those dark covers come out now. Flashing towards the back of the site. Yeah, it's just so difficult to handle this one with a Marshall at the back of the site, but they've been able to get out of dodge, and Soulcast comes in with a double on the Ghost, and it has suddenly put Avova into the 1 versus 3. Now, he would need a bone-shaking clutch to win this one out. Oh, quick step up towards Heaven. That reposition, will they expect it? They start to think about it. They don't know. Avova has made the right call. He might have just made the 200 IQ play. The first is there, the second's even better. And now it's just Link. 1v1. Avova, so close.
Oh,
it hits the headshot,
Nice
but the
try.
dink is not enough. Link beats the dink. And now it's 9 for Team Liquid.
Can't believe the Spectre wins out in that fight. Avova. I think it was even Shocks that highlighted him on the desk initially, just how much impact he can have, being back onto that Omen, the clutches that we've seen out of him on this agent, on this map, right? And he almost adds a terrific one to the buck.
It's just this, we'll get to watch it again. Just a quick decision. The Shroud step up in towards Heaven. We don't get to see, unfortunately, but just how quick he is to get up there. And it almost felt like it was served up to him perfectly. So unfortunate, hits the headshot. That's why I used the Vandal. Anyway, 9-6 on the board. Team Liquid, they won their bonus round. Their economy's looking good. For G2, not looking so pretty.
So Cass, just playing in that A-Ling position. Oh, the rotate is near enough instant because...
Okay.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
My God, Scream! Oh, that is... that's disgusting. And Scream closes it with 4. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see, Ryan.
These rounds are blink and you miss it. They're so fast, they're so impactful, but the main thing, the big picture, the macro side of it for Liquid is they're taking a lobby near enough for free. They're dedicating a lot of utility, man. They're using that Paranoia. They're using a flash from the sky, which, by the way, Scream now has his ultimate ready to go. It's a big part of the map that Liquid are just sort of been given for free, and G2 can't fight for it. They're forced to go into other...
No, I think especially going toe-to-toe with Team Liquid that are packed full of firepower right now, G2 kind of need their play to step up.
It's not like Yampy's doing much better, though. Feels like it's less of the... Because the game is so fast at the moment that, like, the duelist is the entry is fine, sure, but you've got your teammates literally right behind you to scale up. Look at it now for G2. They're all clumped up as a death ball. Nevera wants to try and play close in with the operator. Deals with the bot perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But all the players grouped up together.
Avova
just gets bodied.
Hits the shot, but eats that one. And now Scream, he's usually so clean, but this time not so much as Mixwell and Nuka take the first couple of kills on the side. Nuka!
Oh my God.
Just flies to the sky, but Nevera, he's been clay pigeon shooting. He's at the ready for that. His reaction's primed, and the kill goes through. Avova is low, remember, he did take that shot from Nevera a little bit earlier on in this round. They are softened up at the moment. Not anymore. He's back to full health. And Yampy, he's on the Judge. The thick Judge.
He's got his smoke, the dash. Where's he going to send it?
Stimmed.
The stimmy as well.
Yeah, he's been stimmed up. Here he goes. Judge sent in and immediately dead. Blink able to pull away one with the molly, but he's again dead. And now it's just Nevera. And he does not want to be dead. So he's going to back away.
That's the most disappointing thing I've seen in my life, I
Yeah,
think.
it's like, oh, the hype.
Just that setup of like, oh, the Judge Jet with a steering. Oh, he's dead. Never mind.
Everyone's dead. Now, not G2 though. They keep 3 players up, and they are now on 7 rounds. So the comeback is certainly alive.
Yeah. I mean, like, you sort of saw the aggression from G2, how they grouped up. You can't really blame Mixwell for not being the entry when all 5 of his teammates are all climbing all over each other like it's a Black Friday sale on the A site. It's just how well they trade off of each other,
I
how
didn't see
well
anybody punching
they
another
space.
person for a TV, Ryan, so...
That's not ready.
Not yet.
No, we wait till...
That's the new agent.
That's the new agent, actually.
Don't leak it.
The Black Friday fiend.
Here.
It's almost
You
like
want to play? Let's
Soulcast is
play.
playing the breach in that spot. Like, it's the stun. They're a bit of Groundhog Day,
Okay.
but he has to teleport out after the kill onto Mixwell.
Better Groundhog
Or
Day. He
V5.
actually finds himself a kill on the first time of asking. And now we're able to drop back. And this is why that chamber op is so useful. You can quickly just immediately reposition to a better spot. So you can get double impact out of the operator. The problem is he's completely blind and completely in the open. So he will lose his life. Screen able to pull out 2. Link just good for 1. But that's enough as Team Liquid keep 4 players up in a pretty strong response, Ryan. That was good to watch in Team Liquid.
Gotta say as well, Scream Sky Utility has been a lot better recently. It was unique to see him playing the agent right at the start of the split. But some of the flashes there, just some of the ways that it's been stalled out, despite not having like a Breach or an Astra, they're doing really well at making sure that G2 can't get onto the site, mostly down to the Molotov there from Link. But just some of the angles that Soulcast is playing from. Yeah, Paranoia thrown for again, Flash to get in close. But G2 know that there's not really that much follow-up after the utility, so now they're starting to claim this space as their own. And it's forcing more and more out of Liquid before the fights. It's just Nevera that's keeping them in it with this off.
We're going to send the Paranoia forward and just try and crack open the site here. Soulcast has done well, but traded out by his counterpart of Avova. The Omen's going toe-to-toe and tit for tat. Now Nevera gets caught. Meadow just drives by. And now an advantage in play for G2. Yampi's waiting for the overextension. He's waiting for Meadow to come into his crossout. Yampi not given that opportunity just yet. We now go under 1 minute on this clock, and that spike yet to go down. They're just waiting. Waiting for the mistake, waiting for an overextension.
Flash.
And the aftershock goes forward. Link on the flank. Hoodie, he checks for it. Now Yampi in a 1v3 with the Blade Storm. This is going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for Yampi to win.
Surely you save with the operator, right? If they're running double operator, the economy is so tough on them right now.
Yep. And yeah, unfortunately, Yampi gets nothing.
Yeah. I mean, the foresight from Hoodie to flash in behind him on A long to catch Link on that lurk. I think he did break some chamber utility. That's what gave him away. But it was perfect timing. And G2, not really too worried about getting the spike planted. They were more prepped. And I guess the question was, would they have expected a second operator? Now it's just the one that they can afford. But that is because Nevera has his ultimate. That Tour de Force is about to come online. And for G2, Rolling Thunder. Look at the economy in some of these areas. Even though they've won that last round, they lose this. Look, we've gone to 12. 0 money for players like Hoodie.
Yampi takes damage. No one yet caught in the early round.
The attack up now as well. Mixwell upgraded.
Let's see if that allows him to be a bit more impactful.
Time to hunt.
As Guerrero has been the not player. Flash goes in towards Nevera. Held back.
Flash,
caught.
stunned.
He's getting everything, isn't he?
He's still there.
It's not going to deter Nevera. He's happy to stick around, and he gets 2, and he gets away. The audacity to go for that again. And that's going to be a massive piece of impact delivered for Team Liquid. And that slows G2 right down. Now they've got a real enigma to try and crack here.
Both these teams suffering from the same thing. It feels like just a lot of utility as a get away or get back, but there's no follow-up, that both teams are just calling bluffs. Flash me? All right, I'm just going to stay here because you're going to peek me 5 seconds after the flash is
Scream
done.
isn't going to be caught by that flash. In fact, it's only Nukia that's caught by it, and Scream gets a lineup of 2. That thrusts Avova into the clutch, and it's a 1v4 total. He'll get a plant, but that's all that he will find. Soulcast recovers it quickly. 12 rounds now for Team Liquid, series point, and a matchup against FPX for a spot in Iceland. Looks like it's coming up soon right now, Ryan, for Team Liquid. Just one more and they're in that spot.
It's not done for G2. It's not done for Guild either. You lost the series earlier today. You still got that lower bracket to make a run through.
That lower bracket is going to be so difficult.
FPX, the only team in the upper bracket that hasn't attended an international event.
Yeah.
In fact, hasn't attended Champions. 3 out of the 4 teams are still in it. The only team that isn't is Ascend that didn't make playoffs at all.
FPX feels like a team, obviously, in the situation with Angel, unfortunately. It feels like a team that is very beatable for both of these teams as well, right? So winning this matchup almost feels like a great golden ticket to Iceland.
FPX read Liquid to a T the last time that they played. Yeah. The only issue is 24 hours to prep for it.
See if that comes through. Imagine trying to read this. God, you need to be, be on something.
Yep, nope.
Well, dropping back, Team Liquid not losing a first player. G2 have taken good control here of Garage. In fact, they're going to be wrapping back. Once they sort of assert some dominance there, Trailblazer goes in to confirm that Garage is now alleviated, and G2 think about control elsewhere. They're going in.
I do like these fake smokes that are now coming out of Evolver. Soulcast is having to check the site just to be sure. For G2, the rolling thunder gets nothing. They're backed up away by duels, but it's Nevera first kill again with this op, and he gets another, and he's out.
Rinse and repeat for Nevera. Yet again, a double opening with the operator. It was a tour de force last round, but making it happen here with the AWP in hand. Just waiting for another victim. Just waiting for another little peek from G2. Here comes the stim. The flash in, Nevera still finds a third. Soulcast comes in, and just like that, it's only Evolver, and he can't recover it. It is Team Liquid that will best G2 here in the playoffs, and they will head on to their matchup versus FPX. They are now 1 win away from Iceland.
Well deserved, I think, in the end. We got to see some crazy stuff out of them. And G2, I really like the